to Whiskey Throttle. Thanks for watching if you are. It's a new channel and I'm just trying to do my best here for you guys. So anyways, I'm going to do the steering controls today. It needs a clutch so I can drive it around. It needs the body mounted. It needs the muffler hanger attached. And it needs a chain so that we can actually ride this thing around. And so I'm going to get started here. And then hopefully by the end of it we'll be able to ride this thing around. It's getting pretty exciting. Okay everybody, so that's where I'm going to throw the muffler hanger clamp on right there. There actually is an old bolt, I don't know if you guys can see it there, that's on the frame where it used to hold another muffler, so that's where we're going to put the new piece. So alright guys, so I took the box off the Gator here for you guys so you can see a little bit more what I'm doing here. It looks like I missed welding up that part, but like I said, I think that part I might take back off later with a bigger muffler. So this is what it looks like now. And like I said, there was a bolt on the frame left over, so I'm just gonna literally stick it onto that one because you got to have something here. Perfect. Reuse that. All right, here we go. All right, yeah. That's on there. Okay, that's what it looks like now with the new muffler hanger on it. That did really well, pulled it nice and tight. I think it'll work. Check it out from the back. The muffler's a little twisted, but that's okay. All right, so we are on to the controls on the steering wheel. I need to have a clutch in order to ride this thing. Right now it has a bike brake used to operate the throttle. I'd love the cable to be shorter. In the future, hopefully we can figure out what we're gonna do with that. But right now, I'm going to design a clutch mechanism for this side. These are the pieces that I got that I was thinking. A piece like that might work. Or I was thinking it'd be nice to be able to put your fingers around it and pull it. But I think we'll start with this one, because that's the one you see online a lot of times for all sorts of go-karts. They have this one. So here's the first piece. I just put a bend in this round stock, and I'm just making sure I know where I want to put it, and I'm cut it off right there. Okay, so there's the handle part I made. Well, I just bent it and cut it. That's where we're going to start with it, and then I'm going to start bending these, two of these, with a slight bend back. All right, everybody, so here we are with this thing. That was my template. These are the pieces I got. Trying to make it look something that you wouldn't mind. Right to the... I'm going to cut some straight pieces and I'll be back and we'll have a look at that too. My clutch lever. So I'm going to weld it all up and you guys are going to see it after it's done. It'll be hopefully nice when I'm done. Take a look. See if you can see that. But yep, that's a hole straight through it. Alright, so we're gonna carry on here, and like I said before, I needed drill bits, so I went out and I bought a set of drill bits. And what else did I get? Oh, I got some longer bolts that we're gonna make into studs for those wheel bearings right there is what I'm hoping, and we're gonna weld them in because they weren't long enough for the spacers. So what else have I done? Oh, I taped right there. I taped the clutch lever to the handlebars right now, so I knew where to drill the hole for that lever. So that's what I'm gonna do next, is I'm gonna drill that hole. So I took it off after I marked where I wanted the hole. First I'm gonna do a pilot hole. Safety glasses, good God. Whoa, sweet. Take it back, I like it. Woo, there's a little bit more. Look at that, sweet. So, I know this is going to be too thin, but this is just for now until I reinforce that piece that used to be for the steering wheel. Oops, sorry, upside down. And it goes in this way. It's not bad. I might put a bend in there so it arcs with it a little bit, but hey, it's a start. Now let's figure out the spaces. Spacers is about as thick as my finger. This is the little arm that you need to have on the steering column as well for the cable to go to, so that when you pull this, it stretches the cable out. So I've made a little grind mark where this is going to go, where I think it should go, just like that. And I'm going to put a wet rag on the bearing and tack it in, so that's what you guys are going to see. And the wet rag is to try and keep that bearing from cooking. Okay, I'm going to remove the body because I don't want to melt it any. Should have done that first. WD-40 apparently is flammable. That moves nice and well now. But like, hey, it's starting to get actually on there, so. Alright, so I figured I'd show you guys now after I cleaned it up. That's what it looks like now after some grinding with the Dremel. So there's our clutch mechanism. Only thing is, I don't think like it's going to go too far, right? Honestly, can't get your hand that far open. So I'm going to have to stick something to stop it from going any farther. But I'm thinking just a bolt. We're going to try the cable. We'll see. I don't know if we're even close, so you guys can watch me try that out. Good morning. Good to see you guys again. Yeah, last night I was up all night. This thing whooped me. Cable ended up being seized for the clutch that I made, and it turns out that cable's a different length. I don't mean overall length, but the interior length or inside cable length is different size. So I'm gonna have to most likely either move the whole mount or figure out if I can get it to work the way it is. So let's get on it. Okay, so I came up with an idea here that I think might work. So the problem was the end of this was too small and it dragged it straight through the hole. So I'm gonna add this as a cable stop. So when it goes through, instead of going all the way through like that, where it keeps moving, this is just a piece that I had left over. I cut a hole in something. So it lets the cable go through, but not the cable end. So I'm gonna weld that on there so that it holds it like that. And that should hopefully hold it here. And without one of those adjusters, it should be better. Okay, I'm gonna tack it, then I'll pull the cable out real quick. Yeah, because I don't want to melt my brand new cable. Okay, I think I'll put something over this end piece. Okay, Chevy floor mat, perfect. You're gonna do great. So yeah, I'm gonna wire wheel that because that's on there good enough for the cable, and then cool it down. Okay. Glasses on. Good to go. All right, so this is what we got now. Cool enough I can touch it, so we're okay. Here's the new cable, not melted, and hopefully, yeah, it stops the cable and lets the top part go through. Sweet. All right, so now I just need the part for the handle. Okay, so that's, I'm gonna get as much slack out of the cable as we can. I better give you guys a better angle. Hold on a second. So I drilled a hole and I tapped that part right there, and this is just from a bike, pretty sure. But you see, I got it started to go in there. You can really force it if you want, but like, we have to adjust where we want to pull it as well. So right there, that's not bad. Okay, so I do have to put that stop for this thing to not go so far, but we'll see how, if it pulls it out of gear, I think. Okay, there's too much. Let's see how I can push on that. We got to take up some of that slack up there. But we're already halfway thrown out on that, so let's take up some of the slack down here. Ah, sweet. Okay, so try and take up some of this slack. Come on. This would be so much easier without the exhaust on, but I am wanting to get it finished so I can ride it. Okay. More than that. Even more. Yeah, we're getting close there. I think I want a little bit of play, but not much, so just right there. Take this other side. I think that's a 12 mil, if I'm not mistaken. Stay still. This thing is so cool, by the way. Cannot wait to ride this thing. That's on there. We got back up here. Let's slack this one off a bit. Actually, if it had to stop, it'd be pretty close. Look at that. It's operating it. Sweet. All right, so we do the bolt to make it so it doesn't go so far. Okay. I'm going to use some wire to hold it to where I want it to be. Just off the bottom. Like that is where I like it. Yep. Oh, I had it. I got it. It was hot, but I got it in there. Okay, let's let go of that wire, see if it actually stops it. It does stop it. It's a bit far though. I don't know, it seems like a pain in the ass. Okay, so I did get it tacked, so I'm just going to try and fill it up a little bit because it has to go in a little higher to stop it a little bit sooner. So I'm just going to fill it in with some weld. I think. We'll see. Still not good enough. I have to weld something in there, I think. Like that one. Okay. All right, so we did our little stop for it, and now I'm going to throw this back together so we can test it. See if it actually pulls it enough to pull it out of gear. I think it does. So I'm just loosening it off down here because I can't get it over that part, and I don't really want to break it. The other side. Yes, got it. So that these on. Just her out. Just doing the thing. Pull on the cable. Not much slack in it. Okay. I'm gonna hop on there and see if I can pull it. Oop. It's on a stand still. Alright. Okay. Can I pull it? Yeah. Ooh. She's a stiff clutch on these things, eh? You tighten up the bolt down there. We're gonna have to do something about it to make it easier. Maybe put a spring down there to try and make it easier to pull, because we don't have as much leverage up here. Okay, let me explain to you guys real quick what I'm doing. So this is the wheel hub lug nut stud. That's what that is, okay? They're not long enough for the wheel spacers to catch enough of the threads for enough meat inside the spacer. And I lost one down inside. That's perfect. I'll have to get that out. Oh, yeah, got it, sweet. So, what I'm doing to make it this size is put it in the drill, like so. And hold this like so. And I'll show you exactly how I do it, but when I'm done, we're shooting for something like that. Because it's got to fit into the hole, and then I'm going to weld it into the hub, and that'll be our new wheel lug nut stud. So I'll show you now how I do it. Try to get comfortable because you'll be here for a bit. So that's just a demonstration of what I'm shooting for. See, it's got a bit more to go. So I'm going to throw you guys on time lapse, and then I'm going to do 8 more of these things. Alright, let me show you guys what I have been doing when I grind these down. So, I have been coming in here and I've been test fitting. Bam. So, they have to be round to fit in there. So all I've been doing is coming in, test fitting, grabbing the next one, test fitting, just making sure they all fit through here. This one's got these bumps, okay? This is what it looks like after you take a cutoff wheel and you cut in on this angle all the way around, okay? So I cut it in, but I didn't touch any of this. This part I never touched, okay? So I cut it off and then I ground the center part flat, but I never touched. You can actually see that there's still material that never got touched with the flap wheel at all. I cleaned it up right at the end, but I cut it off and then I ground it flat because it needs to have that to match up to the wheel spacers. So I'm gonna do that real quick before I forget. I'm gonna bang these out and then grind this off. I'll show you a quick video on how I did that, and then we'll be back here to weld it all up. Well, all right guys, unfortunately I didn't get a chance to actually test drive this thing today, but we did get a lot done. and I'm real close to taking this for a test drive. So in the next video, I'll get the body attached, I'll get the rims and tires on, and we'll take this thing for a rip around the yard. Sorry we didn't get there today, but it is what it is. If you've watched the video to the end, I appreciate it. Think about hitting the like and the subscribe button on your on whatever device you're watching on. It helps a lot with this small channel. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching.